So we're just a few days away from this big Mario Kart World Nintendo Direct, and today we wanted to talk about what we need to see in this Direct to justify the very high price tag of Mario Kart World.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on this Direct. Not only is
riding?
Yeah, get it? It's not only is it our first big look at the game in a greater scope than we have seen before, now we have this $80 price tag looming. I think a lot of people are wondering, well, what am I going to see that's going to make this game really justify that price more so than we have ever seen out of any game in the modern age?
Yeah.
And Nintendo has been, speaking up. Please look to the Direct for these answers. They have said, honestly, this is a game that's so big and vast, you'll find so many things to discover. Probably the richest Mario Kart experience they've ever had. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm in. I feel like the expectations for this Direct, at least for me personally, is like the highest ever because, they've been, the game definitely already looks really cool. We're really excited about it after what we saw in the Direct. But yeah, it is really interesting to see what else they could be holding back in this Direct that they've been waiting to surprise us with that could really justify, like, okay, now I really understand why this game could be worth this like super premium price tag, and like I want to come away from this Direct feeling like I'm in. You've satisfied me. I feel, yes, it is expensive, but I feel like the game really justifies the price. That's what I would like to feel coming out with it.
I'm hugely excited about this game too, but I think, again, the possibility of what could be with the $80 there, we're doing this video, we're not doing proper predictions for this Nintendo Direct because it's like,
how?
I kind of don't know what might be in this,
right?
Because we're in this unprecedented state of things.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about like what we think should be in there and what we hope will be there to really like get this game, kind of clear out that conversation. Be like, oh, it actually is worth $80.
Yeah. Now I see it and I understand that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's a couple of things that we put in here that we hope Nintendo really like goes deep and answers some of these questions that I think that would help.
Right. I mean, at this point, we'd be like a month and a half from the game coming out.
Right.
So there is no reason to really hold back much of anything at this point.
Yeah.
Come out guns blazing, please.
Yes, exactly.
We have 12 things that we want to talk about. The number one is just, I think, a pretty basic question, which is what is the scope of the base game?
Right.
On day one, we have seen the size of the world. We've seen a lot of the tracks in Treehouse Live. I really love that image of the map that they have shown in that sort of interconnected
like the overworld
world.
Map. Yes.
But really take us through that. Let's see all the different areas and like all the different vibes that you can get in there and like what are the fun things that you can do traversing between them. Like this is a really fundamental question that I've kind of gotten some glimpses of in what they've shown so far, but I really want to see this in a big way.
Yeah, they say in this quote, the game is so big and so vast.
Awesome.
Can you show me how big and how vast?
Yes.
Like, I would really like that to be illustrated. Like, I want to see all of the details around what makes this world big and vast. Like, what can you do in this world? Like, I think we got a little hint of that, but I'm myself still a little bit, like, not confused, but I'm still a little bit, like, questioning how these things are all interconnected. They say, you can drive instead of, like, just going to a race or driving from race to race. Like, I'm still a little bit confused about, like, how that actually functions. And I think understanding the interconnectivity of this big and vast game world will really help me understand the scope of the game overall. So I really want them to explain that to me.
Yes. Next is the question of what is the plan for updating the game and supporting the game post-launch?
Right.
So Nintendo did a great job with Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe of just adding things along the way. And we're not even talking about the booster course pass, just little free little updates for people to enjoy. And I have to imagine that the reason that this is a launch game is that, hey, this is a game that you're going to be playing for the life of the Switch 2, and we're going to keep adding little things to keep you coming back. I'm wondering about, like, are there other sort of more community-driven things? Like, oh, this is the weekly challenge for now. Like, what might they be putting in there to keep people coming back over time?
Yeah, I think they saw such huge success from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the sort of the long life cycle that game enjoyed. I mean, we are one of those people that continually come back to Mario Kart World Deluxe, and we've been playing it for pretty much like 8 years now. And yeah, I do think that they probably see an opportunity there to have that same phenomenon for Mario Kart World. So I really hope that they like double down on that. They do a good job with Splatoon, for example, with like, you know, the different events that they do throughout the game. I like your idea of some kind of like weekly or special challenge mode.
Right, or things that might pop up in the overworld. It's like, oh, it's the something festival. This is here for a week.
Yeah, like a Mario Kart Fest instead of a Splat Fest would be so much fun.
Right.
And this idea of, you know, playing you know, with the community at large or doing fun things to really engage the community like they've done with Splatoon, I think would be such a great fit for this game. And if they have a plan to, you know, literally do that for the whole entire generation of Switch 2 and this game being something that you'll play for the entire generation of Switch 2, I think that would be fantastic.
And people have suggested, ourselves included, well, maybe one of the reasons you're paying $80 is that you're basically subsidizing this long-term support of this game in a significant way for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
So some of the things that you might have had to pay for, it's like we're just doing that up front, and don't worry, we're going to have a lot of stuff to give you that value out of it over time.
Right.
That would be cool. I think I would be happy with that explanation if it's a pretty robust plan.
Yeah, that feels like, again, like something that you can continually go back to. Like if I'm playing an $80 game over the course of 8 years, you can do the very fast math of like $10 a year doesn't seem that bad, you know? Like it's like, okay, if I'm going to be like truly engaged and I'm at least, you know, playing this game like weekly or a couple times a month or something like that and feeling like I always have a reason to go back into this game, that will make me feel a lot better about the price tag.
Now, the flip side of this is our next question, which is there any paid DLC, battle passes, microtransactions, cosmetics, anything paid in here?
Right.
Because we did get the booster course passes, and those were great. Those were a significant addition to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But those were paid.
Right.
And again, like what is the balance of things that are just going to be included with the game that are just like, hey, everybody's going to get this no matter what? Is there going to be a line where it's like, okay, now you have to pay for this in addition to the $80 that you've already given us?
Yeah.
That's where the equation starts to get a little funky for me.
Yeah. I hope that they're very clear with what this is, because I think going into this direct with everyone questioning the price and the value to begin with, this is an area where, you know, paid DLC for games is not a new concept. Nintendo does it. Many other video game, you know, companies and publishers do it. So it's not like something that shocks people. But because they're kind of entering into this conversation at a deficit where people are already questioning the $80 price tag, if anything, if there is paid DLC, if there is paid something or another, they really have to be super transparent about it. I think that's the main thing. Like, don't try to cloak and dagger us. Don't try to, you know, sweep it under the rug and have this paid DLC be a legal line somewhere on a website. Like, I really hope that they don't do that. Just tell me exactly what I'm getting for $80. And if there is something that's additional cost, just tell me very plainly what it is extra that I'm getting if I pay.
These are not our predictions, but if I had to guess, I do think this game will eventually have paid DLC, but I don't think we're going to hear about it
in this direct.
I
don't think
and
so
I don't
either.
think it's something that's really going to surface for at least like a year.
Yeah.
Like the game will have been out for a really solid amount of time, and it's like, okay, we've shown you what we're going to do, just, you know, for everybody on an ongoing basis, and now we have this extra thing that is a bit special that you might need to pay more for. Again, we can look at the value if and when that happens.
Exactly.
But I can't see them introducing that in addition to the $80 ask right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be quite a lot to expect of people. And again, they have to be aware of the conversation around this right now. And yeah, even for Mario Kart 8, like that paid DLC didn't come till much later, and it was very, very much like sort of the booster courses were very much, you know, designed to keep you going back after you may have stopped playing because it had been so long. So if the game is so big and vast, as they say in the base game, they don't need to do this right now, you know? So they can just, wow us with the base game and everything you get for that $80 price tag. Hopefully there'll be lots of cool things you can do for at least a year, 2 years. And then when they see people maybe start to fall off a little bit or getting, a little bit less like excited to play every day, like that's when they can introduce some sort of additional DLC, which I think that strategy would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Our next question is, what are the online features and how do they expand what was in Mario Kart 8? So Mario Kart series has always been at the forefront of whatever things that Nintendo are doing with online.
Yes.
Maybe behind the times in general, but ahead of the times for Nintendo.
At least it worked.
And that is the thing. The online stuff that was in Mario Kart 8 was pretty functional. It's like, you can do races, you go into a lobby, but it just worked, and that was something that I really appreciated. It was like very reliable, very functional, and all the way back to Mario Kart on the Nintendo DS, one of the first games. That was a pretty cool moment. Like, wait, I'm playing online on this little thing?
I know, that was fun.
That's cool, but I'm just wondering, how are they expanding this, taking what was, kind of a side feature, and I'm just wondering, like, how integrated through the entire experience is the online presence going to be?
Right, and I think this kind of goes back to the long-term plan for supporting games. Like, a lot of this sort of online discussion really, like, kind of works in conjunction with how they're supporting the game. Because I imagine and I hope that the support is very community-focused. And so I really want them to give you a place where you feel like, you're gathering in this big game hub. They talk a lot about, like, and we'll go into the different modes later, like, just kind of like, almost like hanging out with your friends in this game. Like, you're just kind of hanging out, taking photos. Like, I can see them leaning towards this being more of like it's a racing game, as Mario Kart is, but also like a very social game as well.
Absolutely.
And honestly, the way that we play Mario Kart these days, like, we normally play with our community. And it is fun to race them, but it's more fun to just hang out in a Mario Kart game and just chat.
Right. I mean, this is not Fortnite, but look at what Fortnite has become, where it's like, yes, we're going to play, but we're equal parts going to just like it's a place to hang out with our friends. And I feel like this game has like crazy potential to be that kind of a game.
I want to hang out.
And I totally agree with you on the community first side of it. Like, there were some things you can do in Mario Kart 8. It's like, we made a tournament and everybody can join.
Right.
That stuff was fun, but again, like, you kind of had to menu through it. It's like, just make this seamless through the entire. There's so many opportunities for this with the way, like, things that people are doing. Like, look to the inspiration of, like, Forza Horizons, like other games. Like, there's so many things that they could do. I really want them to not hold back in this area.
Exactly. And also make it work, though.
I think it'll work.
Don't hold back and make it work.
This is the team that gets the internet.
Yeah, but if this becomes like a social hub for you to hang with your friends.
That's awesome.
Like, I'm so in.
Yeah.
Like, that would be such an amazing place for, like, all your friends to just, like, let's just go into Mario Kart tonight and, like, hang out, do some races, get on, Discord or whatever, chat. Like, that sounds...
Discord? You mean game chat, Krysta? Oh,
we'll talk about that later.
Blasphemous.
We'll talk about that later.
It's blasphemous.
But yeah, like, that would make it feel so much more than just, like, I'm going into a Grand Prix race for, 8 races or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Next, this is a big one. What makes free roaming in the open world fun? They showed this.
I'm really curious about
this. They showed this a little bit in the Treehouse Live, and people got to check this out a little bit at the event that they had when it was first revealed. I didn't necessarily see a lot happening in the open world that's going to make me really want to, like, explore it, really, like, poke around, look into every little nook and cranny. And we've seen, Nintendo do some amazing things with an open world of making it this magical place of exploration.
Breath of the Wild,
Exactly. Exploration and discovery. How do they translate this into Mario Kart?
Yeah, that's what I'm really curious about. When I saw the free roaming feature, that was the thing that I was most excited about out of that direct. Like, the game looked so beautiful, and I'm definitely excited about, like, the core gameplay of racing and doing Grand Prix stuff. And just playing Mario Kart. But this idea of hanging out with your friends in this big, vast, like, rich world that they've created, like, I'm imagining, like Breath of the Wild,
like,
where...
What are the shrines of Mario Kart World? Just the little bite-sized things that you are doing along the way as you're exploring this world.
Little discoveries, surprises, short things that you can do with a friend if you're hanging out. Like, beautiful places for you to, like, let's go up there and see what's up there. And we take a photo up there. Like, All that stuff sounds so cool.
Totally.
But I really need the details. I need them to like show me some of those things. And I know Nintendo loves to do things like, oh, we want to preserve the surprise. Like we don't want to give too much away. Like I think this is the time to give it away.
No, we need to see.
Let us see it.
We want to know. We want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Next, is there more to the single player experience than just grinding out Grand Prix?
Yeah.
So they've shown Grand Prix. I think they have like the knockout Grand Prix where the big number of racers kind of gets whittled down. But this is a big opportunity to do something more from a single player perspective. Maybe something with like some light story elements or something that varies character to character. So many people have pointed at the opportunity of Diddy Kong Racing's adventure mode.
Yes.
To do. Again, cool. Something that's really rich for the single player versus like, yes, it's fun. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get the gold medal on all these and get the little thing, or I'm getting the gold Mario because I'm doing all these things. But just some variation, some different things that you can experience when you are playing alone. You have a lot more tools to work with a game of this scope.
Yeah, and it's like the world unlocking as you play the single player mode. Like what is that experience like? Like what is the incentive, I guess, for you to continue to want to play single player mode that's not based around like achievements, like is there something else there that I'm like really motivated by? Like again, back to the Breath of the Wild example. Like what are the towers that I'm unlocking to open up the map?
Oh.
Like is there what is that experience, I guess? And I think they have so many tools now and so many opportunities to make it more than just the really like straightforward, like you play these different, cups and you unlock the different tracks and characters and parts for your cart. Like add more to that.
Yes.
Keep the kernel of that idea, but like blow it out big time,
Next is one that I'm personally very invested in, which is what is the scope of the character roster? The way they're approaching characters is so interesting. So far, people have pointed out that we have seen 49 characters that have been currently revealed. And kind of the strategy of that is interesting, where you've got, obviously the big named Mario characters, but then also like
Goomba,
the cow, like characters that don't necessarily, the dolphins, riding the dolphin card. Isn't this interesting?
You saw the penguin, right? Also
Right.
From Mario 64,
There's just a huge range of like, yes, it's Mario, everybody knows and loves Mario, versus like, this is a deep cut character that doesn't even have a name. Like, how much more are we going to be filling in? If anything, 49 is already a lot. In the key art, though, they have a lot of characters on there, but then off the sideline, they have a Sumo Bro, which is the big, bulky hammer brother. And I was like, hey, I want to play as Sumo Bro. Like, take him off the sidelines. There's such a rich history to pull from in terms of all of these different characters. So I'd say keep going if you can.
Yes, everyone is here in Mario Kart.
The big question, though, is non-Mario franchises that are represented. Last game, we got Animal Crossing. We got Link. We got F-Zero. We got all this different stuff.
Mii's, too. We were just talking about Mii's before this.
Yes.
I want a Mii.
What is the approach this time? I could see this being the 2 years later DLC packs, honestly.
Yikes.
Oh, it's Hyrule Island. That's a whole other little offshoot from this island.
Oh.
And it's a whole like mini Zelda experience.
Ooh.
It's the Great Plateau.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting sold right now.
Yeah.
I might pay some money for that.
Yeah.
You got me.
We got Donkey Kong's Island. It's got barrels shooting you around. We got all that stuff.
Okay.
Of course, Donkey Kong's already here, but people are like, well,
where's his like land?
Where's the rest of them?
Yeah. Oh,
where's the Kong? Where is Lanky Kong?
Lanky Kong needs to be in this game.
People have to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, I would love to know. Yeah, the characters it is very interesting. Like, I got hyped for the cow. I got to tell you. I was really hyped for the cow.
I got a little less hyped, though, when I saw that it was just named Cow.
It's not even Moo Moo Meadows
Again,
cow.
It speaks to, like, how the gradation in this roster.
Yeah.
Just Cow? Can we not come up with a more creative name than just Cow?
We never named him. It's
no.
Like Old Betsy.
Penguin. Cow.
Snowman.
It's like, okay. Now I'm like a 3-year-old reading a picture book. It's Cow.
Dolphin. He's pretty cute, though.
How do you think this is going to play out with the non-Mario stuff?
It just sounds like DLC to me. Yeah. There's a reason they didn't show Animal Crossing Villagers. Animal Crossing Island could be a thing. Hyrule.
If they do it, I'd happily pay for it if they do it that way.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be cool. And then, you had like this hub island with all these other franchise-specific islands around it.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
I mean, if you're going to support it that way.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
Oh, take my money, Nintendo, I guess.
Next
I don't
question
want to, but I want
is
to.
about battle mode. And we really haven't seen this at all yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had the traditional straightforward battle mode, but it also had some other interesting kind of battle-ish, battle-adjacent modes. Like, remember the one where, like, oh, the guy, now you're in jail and you have to break the people
That's right, the jail.
out of jail. Like,
Yeah.
they had some really fun riffs on that. But again, you know, you were in sort of a confined
Like an arena type
track
of situation.
So I'm just wondering, like, what kind of experiences can we have in a more competitive, not strictly racing sense in a bigger open world? Sounds really cool. Like, you could do like some capture the flag. Like, that sounds awesome.
Or like hide and go seek.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Fun.
There's so many ideas.
Yeah. I would love to see that like really blown up. Sometimes the battle modes are more fun than the racing modes, you know? And if they can make, but you know, I think battle mode has always been in Nintendo's eyes a little bit like secondary of the gameplay experience for Mario Kart, but I'd be very happy if they made it like very equal. You know, it's like you can race, you can do the battle mode, you can do the free roam, you can do just hang out with your friends in the like sort of the overworld. You can do like all these different things, and all of them are equal in scope and size.
There's just so many new ideas you can bring to the table.
Exactly. Yeah, and maybe there's like, you know, the long-term plan for updating. Maybe there's like special battle modes that get added for you know, a weekend or something like that. That like really reskins the entire game in a different way that everybody can participate in. Like, that would be really cool.
Question number 9. We're getting into the home stretch now. Is how will classic or retro tracks be handled? I've seen some people picking apart footage that's come out so far of like, oh, that looks like one of the original SNES tracks, and then other people say, well, it actually looks like a mashup in the style. It's kind of like almost more like a new track in the style of the Super NES tracks. And Mario Kart 8 went so heavy on the classic tracks. It's like you feel like they almost need to put a new spin on these because it's like, oh, I was just playing that last week. Like, what is new if you're introducing classic tracks here?
Yeah, I do wonder if their philosophy is like, we need to represent the classic tracks, but clearly redesign them. Like every track in Mario Kart World is maybe like inspired by a classic track, but it's like completely redesigned,
remixed,
from the ground up. Yeah,
you could do that.
I can see them doing it that way.
They could do that, or I could also see them saying like, you know what? Again, we had so many of those in the last game. Everything in this is going to be
brand new.
It's going to be new.
Yeah.
Like, some of them may have the feel of some of the older tracks, but they are completely new. I'd be okay with that. I love the classic tracks. I imagine that's something we may see again over the many years of support. But if they're like out of the gate, everything's new, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested to play new stuff, new content. If I'm paying a very premium price tag for this, I would like to see a game that's designed from scratch.
Okay.
So I would be happy with this as well.
Okay. Number 10, how is this game supporting the new features of the Switch 2? We've not really seen much of this. We haven't seen any examples of it using the Joy-Con mouse.
Right.
We saw the Treehouse Live segment of them using game chat. It was just a pretty, straightforward
chat.
It's not like the Mario Party where it's like, oh, now you're in the game with this.
The camera has a functionality.
Right, with the floating head, with the camera is in here. It's obviously bigger. It's using the horsepower of the Switch 2. But as far as the unique features, what little fun little things do you have in store for us?
Is there like mouse control in this game? That would be interesting.
I don't know. You can like design a little insignia, like a sticker to put on your car, like a decal,
or like some kind of customization.
Yeah.
Or like, is there like some kind of mouse thing with menus or
whatever? This team loves going the extra mile. I have to imagine they've got something. Even if it's not like a central, oh my gosh, I have to do this every time kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, just try this fun thing. It's fun.
Because like this is the launch title for Switch 2 as well. So like I would imagine that hardware team is like, hey, you guys want to put like make it feel like really built for Switch 2. They definitely would have those kinds of conversations. Like, yeah, you are the example, the sort of the launch game, the marquee title for this new console. Like, you should be really taking advantage of every single feature that this console has.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Number 11, our second to last one. And this is why we can't do predictions for this. Will there be any new surprises that we have never seen
in a Mario
Kart game? Again, if you got a crazy new idea, this is the game to put it in.
I know. I want to see this. I want to see this happen because, again, why are you asking me to pay $80? What's the $10 extra for? Is it for this new thing? Is this for some fun surprise that you've been holding back on that's going to really wow us?
I don't even have a clue what this could be, but
could be anything.
It's like, oh, you can get off the cart and kind of walk around or run around and do something that I don't even know.
Yeah.
This is where I need them to surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm not a game developer. I'm not a game developer genius. You are. You are. Show me.
They have totally the chops to surprise us too.
I think so.
Like there's so many little things like that they've teased a little bit too. Like, you know, like the Yoshi's hamburger shop with the little like customizations, like the pit stop stuff. Like, I mean, there's got to be some little never before seen like addition to Mario Kart that they're holding back. Like I have to believe that.
Yes. And then lastly, this is a bonus one. This is our last one. Will the soundtrack melt my face off?
Yes.
The Mario Kart 8 soundtrack
banger.
is God tier.
Yes.
I have been listening to that happily for
good.
10 years.
Yeah.
Those songs are
ingrained,
etched into my mind and sometimes just start playing whether I want them to or not.
Totally.
I'm so excited to hear the music.
Let me hear it.
More of the music of this game.
And then immediately put it on Nintendo Music.
Yes,
please. We need this.
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
we want the big band. We want the live performances.
I want all of that.
We want it all.
Please.
Let the music wash over our souls, please.
Well, I don't know about you. I got pretty excited going through this list.
I know, me too. If they can check off every single thing.
Everything? Oh no.
I'm just saying, if they can
if
they can check off every single thing on this list, I would be such a happy camper. I would gladly pay $80.
I'm confident. This team is seasoned. This team is amazing. I think they can pull off some really like stuff that's gonna wow us.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm feeling going into this.
That's the thing about this whole launch so far is that we've been all so distracted by some of the negative stuff that we haven't even allowed ourselves to get hyped for these amazing looking games. And so I'm feeling good. Like finally, I just want to get excited about this game. I already am excited after the Direct, but like let me really like get on board with this game. And I feel like this Direct is the perfect way to do that. So I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited. Okay, what do you think? Do you think that Nintendo is ready to wow us with their big Mario Kart World Direct? Do you have something that you're like, I need this thing to pay $80? Is there one thing that you have to see? I need this. Please leave that in the comments, and we'll have a nice, fun discussion about like what everyone's checklist of items are. Or maybe you're one of those people like, I'm out. I'm not paying $80, and that's fine too. But yeah, let's get excited for this Direct. At least it's something else to talk about. We're excited about Mario Kart. Lots more videos coming your way. We'll wrap this up here and see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.